Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Picture a place, not like anywhere you've ever been before. A place where the sky is a permanent slate of cold gray, where the streets lie silent and empty, and even the wind seems afraid to whisper secrets. Now, imagine being born there, into a world so dark, so tightly controlled that even a single word or a stolen glance could put your life in grave danger. This place is North Korea, one of the most secretive, most dangerous countries on Earth, where millions live cut off from the outside world, trapped behind iron curtains, where hope is considered a crime, and freedom is a dream so distant, so fragile, it can shatter with the faintest breath. Today, I want to take you on a journey behind the walls, into the life of one boy, born into this shadowed prison, who dared to dream beyond his bleak reality and risked everything, family, future, even his own life, to escape to a world most of us can barely imagine. His name is Ju Sung, and his story is both terrifying and inspiring. This is not just a story, it is a window into a hidden world, a world of fear, resilience, and hope. Ju Sung's earliest memories, cold, silent. No joyful birthday parties, no carefree laughter ringing through sunlit rooms. Instead, he remembers icy concrete floors, whispers that died the moment eyes turned his way, and a heavy, suffocating feeling that someone, somewhere, was always watching. Not just watching, waiting for a mistake, waiting to punish. He learned quickly, questions were dangerous. Curiosity, that could get you disappeared. School wasn't a place to grow or to dream. It was a place to obey, to blend in, to stay silent. Music, that beautiful universal language of joy and freedom, was forbidden, especially music from the outside world. Foreign songs, that was poison. And in North Korea, poison was lethal. Then, one day, when Ju Sung was just 9 years old, everything changed, forever. He was dragged to the town square, not to play, but to witness. A man, accused of listening to forbidden foreign music, was shoved in front of a silent crowd. No one spoke, no one moved, all eyes locked on what was about to happen. And then, in broad daylight, bang! The gunshot split the air like thunder. Blood pooled on the cracked concrete. A life erased in an instant. For a song. Ju Sung froze. The sound didn't just echo in the square. It echoed inside his chest. And at that moment, something inside him broke. He thought, is this what my future looks like? From that day on, his childhood was gone, ripped away, replaced by something colder, heavier. Fear. Endless, suffocating fear. That never let go. As Ju Sung grew, so did something deep inside him, a burning hunger, not for food, but for truth. He started to listen, but not to the endless droning of government propaganda. No, he listened to the whispers, the secrets, the barely audible words passed between trusted friends, always in hushed tones, always looking over their shoulders. Stories of a place just beyond the border, a place they called South Korea, a land bursting with color, with laughter, with freedom, where food wasn't a luxury, where dreams weren't crimes, where people could live, truly live. Ju Sung could hardly believe it. How? How could such a world exist so close, yet be completely unreachable? Then, one night, everything changed. A smuggler, risking everything for a tiny spark of hope, slipped Ju Sung a small encrypted USB stick. He clutched it with shaking hands, cold sweat on his neck, heart hammering in his chest. In the dead silence of his cramped, freezing room, he plugged it into a hidden device, and then, boom, his world exploded, with color, with sound, with life. South Korean dramas lit up the screen, scenes of joy, of heartbreak, of love, people laughing, dancing, crying, living. For the first time in his life, Ju Sung saw what life could really be. His breath caught, His heart thundered, and without a sound, tears began to fall. Right then, the walls around him weren't just walls anymore. They were chains, chains in his mind, chains on his soul, and he knew he had to escape. Escape from North Korea is not a decision. It's a death sentence, waiting to be carried out. The border? A jagged, frozen scar across the earth. Ruthless soldiers, landmines buried beneath snow, watchtowers like metal vultures, scanning, watching, never blinking. To be caught meant torture, or worse, erasure, swallowed by a prison so secret it doesn't even have a name. But Ju-sung, he couldn't stay, he wouldn't, and so he began to plan. Every step, every breath, mapped with deadly precision. Phase 1, the Tumen River, a narrow, icy artery of death, so cold it burns, so slick it swallows souls in silence. One wrong step, and you vanish. But Ju-sung moved like a ghost, silent, shivering, determined. Phase 2, China. He slipped into it like a shadow, but this was no sanctuary. Every alley, every crowded street, trap, every stranger, a threat. Every step could mean discovery, deportation, execution. At night he barely slept, eyes wide open, heart thundering like war drums, terror gnawing at his ribs. Would they find him? Would he survive? And always, always, his family's faces haunted him, like ghosts. Every decision, every risk was for them, for the dream of a world where they could live, not just survive, but live. When Ju-sung crossed the border, relief hit him like a storm. He fell to his knees. Tears poured down his face, the kind of tears that come from years of fear. He was finally free, but freedom wasn't the happy ending he dreamed of. It was strange, quiet, lonely. He had to relearn life, how to speak without whispering, how to walk without fear, how to smile without hiding it. But every moment, his family haunted his thoughts. Were they safe? Did he put them in danger? He didn't know, but he refused to look back. Because now, he wasn't just surviving, he was learning to live. Ju-sung didn't just survive, he became a voice for the millions still trapped behind iron walls, for the 25 million living in silence and fear. His story is one among many, but it shines like a beacon, a reminder that freedom has a price. And behind every peaceful night, someone, somewhere, is risking everything to live a life we often take for granted. If this story moved you, if it made you pause and feel grateful for your own freedom, please subscribe, because these stories deserve to be told, they deserve to be heard, and there are so many more waiting to be shared. Thank you for listening.